I know all of you who know me think that I'm going to start my sermon talking about that the Tigers, at the latest time in the season they've ever been in recent history, are above 500. But that has nothing to do with my sermon. Actually, as you know, we are gathering tonight for Shabbat services, and the natural focus of what we are thinking of is that it's Labor Day weekend. Parades, family cookouts, our incredible Labor Day picnic on Monday. And naturally, our hearts in a holiday season like this are filled with gratitude and reflection. Gratitude for the work of all of those people who have helped to build this nation. And reflection, unfortunately, with the exception of Wynn, who's excited to go back to school, is that we're all going back to school right now. And that means for all of us that this is the end of summer. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. But this particular year, as we are observing Labor Day, I have actually been thinking about the holiday in a completely different way. So formally, this weekend is a time to honor the contributions and achievements of workers across our country. Labor Day was first celebrated in the United States in 1882 in New York City, and it was organized by the Central Labor Union. It was established then in 1894 as a federal holiday when growing labor movements advocated for workers' rights, fair wages, and reasonable work hours. The day was intended to honor individuals that built and sustained the nation, the hard work of literally millions who contribute to our economy, to the community, and they are, therefore, the fabric of our society. Tonight, as I enter Labor Day weekend, my thoughts are actually drawn to a different kind of labor. The labor of love, sacrifice, and commitment that has unfolded over the past year in Israel. I cannot help but think today of the heroism of the people of Israel, specifically the Israeli Defense Forces, who are working literally day and night to redeem over 100 remaining hostages in Gaza. And if you followed the news this week, you saw reports of what was a remarkable event: the successful rescue of a young Bedouin Israeli man, Qaid Farhan Alkadi, who had been held captive in Gaza for nearly a year. Now, his rescue is significant because Alkadi is a resident of a small Bedouin village in the Negev. He too was taken hostage in Gaza on October 7th last year. He's 52 years old, and he was then working at a kibbutz nearby to his home when he was captured by militant groups. Despite the complexities of war and the fact that he is not Jewish, the Israeli government, military, and intelligence services made it a priority to bring him home, along with all of the others who are hostages. But sadly, those kinds of stories aren't the ones that get reflected by the news media when Israel is accused of genocide. Now, in the Torah and throughout Jewish literature, we are reminded over and over of the value of pikuach nefesh, saving a life. That principle is so central to Jewish law that it overrides almost every other commandment. And the rescue operation this week embodies that value in its purest form. The Israeli government and military have been working tirelessly, day and night, without rest, to bring home those captives. And the effort is not just about an individual life that's being saved. It is about the moral obligation that we have to one another, regardless of differences. And it reminds us that Israel's commitment to the sanctity of life extends to all of its citizens, regardless of their background or their religion. Alkadi, a Bedouin and a Muslim, is as much a part of the Israeli fabric as any other citizen. And his rescue underscores the shared humanity that binds us all to the values of Am Yisrael, the people of Israel. But you actually don't have to go that far to understand what it means to participate in a labor of love. There are other examples of selflessness that we could connect to right here in our own community. Despite the differences that divide us, there is actually far more that brings us together. Consider the story of Shirley Raines, a woman from Detroit who has made tremendous impact on the lives of homeless here in our city. She has an initiative called Beauty to the Streets. After experiencing personal tragedy in her own life, she found solace in giving back to people who are often overlooked by society. So every weekend, Shirley and her team bring beauty services like haircuts, makeup, manicures to people living on the streets. But her work goes beyond just beauty. She provides food and clothing because her mission is to restore dignity to those in the homeless community, reminding them, like all people, that they are seen, valued, and worthy of other people's love. And there are many of these similar kinds of stories, but you don't have to go that far away to see great impact. Each one of us has the ability to do something to make a huge difference in the lives of others. On Monday, at our Labor Day picnic, you can sign up to be on the donor list for Be the Match. It's a program to bring the possibility of organ donation and bone marrow donations to those who are suffering from a variety of cancers. All of these opportunities, all of these acts are labors of love that can change the world. So whether it's offering shelter, saving a life with your own DNA, providing products that are essential to those in need, or just simply acts of kindness, these remind us that we all have the power to make the world a better place. Much like the rescue in Israel or the acts of Shirley on the streets of Detroit, it doesn't require grand gestures. It's just about hard work and dedication to helping someone around us, to never giving up in the pursuit of justice. So I ask all of you tonight, what Labor Day act of love or justice or compassion can you commit to this month? How can you contribute to the safety or security and the well-being of people around you, regardless of their background or faith? And how might this work actually lead to our prayers being answered, like the rescue of hostages? This Labor Day, I am hopeful that we will not only honor the work of people who have built our country, but the work of those who sustain lives every day and uplift us in this world. May we be inspired by that courage and the commitment of those who have labored tirelessly in the cause of rescue and redemption, both near and far. And may we too be moved to labor in the service of life, justice, and peace. And in return for that attitude of love, may God answer our prayers for the rescue of hostages, to the end of war in the Middle East, and to peace for all humanity. Haneni, answer us, O God, tonight.